Hello there and welcome to the Signal Box today. Great to have you with me. If this is your first time on the channel and you like what you see, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And to all my regular viewers and subscribers, a big shout out to you this morning on this bank holiday Monday in the UK. Let's crack on with some trains, shall we? Much needed. I've done quite a lot of work on this layout over the weekend, and I didn't get a chance to actually properly run some trains. So everything's now in place with the buildings, which makes a big difference with the added scenic detail that I've done. So for example, this water mill that now sits on this stretch of water, as you can see, will now pop with that. If you look at that, now that looks good. As you can see, in the previous video I showed you that I put some woodland scenic resin water on that area, which I purposely left clear, so it's reasonably fresh water for the horses and cattle to drink out of as well. But over here we've got a different story when it comes to water. Over here we've got a murky, very unloved canal over there, and some people fishing there. I'm not sure what they're going to catch. Supermarket trolley, car tyre, your guess as good as mine. Maybe some actual fish. But ducks are having a great time on there. Should I say swans, not ducks? I keep saying ducks, I don't know why. Maybe because I'm thinking of Gresley's waterfowl. So Nigel Gresley was very famous in that the house that he lived in, he had a big moat going around the property, and he kept waterfowl, like ducks and waterfowl birds, which is where he got the name for all his A4 locos. And speaking of A4s and birds, let's bring Seagull round the railway today, shall we? Just leaving the station now. And she's got a nice little addition behind her as well today. I'll share that with you in a minute. Here she comes. I've actually got to slow it down because she's running a little bit fast. Anyway, I managed to buy on eBay the other day an additional Gresley teak coach, which is second from the end there. There it is, London to Edinburgh. That's the sleeping car, and I haven't got one of those. And that's from the 1979 Hornby range. And it's actually got the silver seal wheels on it when I actually got it, so I cleaned those up. And yeah, so we make a nice little 5-car train there. I'll just bring that to a stop so we can have a look at that, actually. Whoa, running across it there we go. Just temporarily stop the train. So when I actually got this on eBay, somebody had already put the London to Edinburgh sticker, destination boards on top of the coach, which is correct on both sides, and they seem quite neat on there, so I thought, you know what, I'll leave those on there. But this particular sleeping car I haven't got, and to make up that rake of coaches, that is what I needed, one of those. So that's really nice. There is an actual number to that. I think there is a running number of this. I think it's 20, might be 3016. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that again. But I know there's definitely a number, a running number on the side of the coach to this actual particular sleeping car. It's a special coach, obviously, for the train sleeping car. So as it suggests. So this would have been on the London to Edinburgh run by the Flying Scotsman, definitely, and certainly in the days of the Gresley A4s. So that's a nice little item that I got from eBay the other day. It's in good condition, as you can see, and this is I think the original 1978 one, because there wasn't any more. I think there was some more released in the 80s, but this is definitely the first edition one, and it's in very good condition, as mentioned. And yeah, that makes a nice little addition to the rake there. So let's get that going again. I'll start getting in trouble for stopping the train service. I'll come over here so we can see some more shots of Seagull going around the railway today. And as you can see, she runs like a sewing machine. Really sweet. Look at that. No problem whatsoever. And actually last night I spent best part of yesterday evening with the workbench out and working on some older tender drive models in my collection and giving them the same treatment of stripping them right down, cleaning out the axles with some contact fluid and giving them a good old clean out, and then adding a little bit of light lubrication. And yeah, I'm going to get those running today hopefully, and you should see an improvement as well. So gave them a little bit of a service and clean. I actually got my Hornby 1978/79 Duchess of Sutherland, which is up in the box up there. The express passenger set, which is the red coloured box up there. I got that out last night and stripped it all down and gave it a nice clean. So the mighty Duchess of Sutherland is all ready to go as well, so that's good. So I got a little bit of jobs in last night, a few little things to do. That's all out of the way now, so that saves me a job today. Okay, let's get something running on track number 2 as well. Where's that P-Way going this morning? Oh, they're hard at it, lads. Well done. That's what I'd like to see. On a bank holiday, double bubble. Meaning double time. That little 14 XX making an appearance just there a minute ago with the train of empties and also a few filled up coal wagons. I'll tell you what guys, since I've taken that centre wheel off, that horrible traction tyre, and replaced it with a lead driving wheel, it really does perform so much better. And then lurking away in the shed, there is the King Arthur class to Dinnerden, just underneath the shed there. We'll bring that out in a little bit this morning. Okay, moving on. I just want to show you this that I did this morning as well before I started filming today's video. I added some front garden fencing around those two 1930s houses down the end of the street there. So then I moved some trees to do so. So there were 2 trees initially in front of the play park area. They're now gone and repurposed elsewhere. And I've put some front garden fencing in there, which I think looks better in front of those 2 1930 houses, with some partition fencing for the alleyway there. And also looking at the front garden there, that's got fencing up to the next house as well. The lady that was by the tree, I've moved her to go into her own house now, so she's walking up the pathway to her front door, rightfully so. The play park I've added, what did I add today for that? Actually nothing, no, that's actually nothing. I've done on that this morning. But yeah, that area starting to look a bit better as well, I think. Seagulls rushing around the layout this morning in a hurry, like an A4 he always is. Actually have to slow it down a little bit, I think, just a tad. Beautiful, look at that. Okay, moving over to the station here, what I did also this morning, on that platform there, I added a newsagent kiosk next to that double bench there, which I think was quite good, and has come round here very carefully. I'll try and zoom in without a wobble, apologies. And there's a rather nice girl in there serving refreshments and newspapers and all sorts in there, very nice. That looks quite good there, I think. Also what I'd done, I added some platform trolleys on the middle platform there, and that flower bed that used to be up by the signal, I've moved that right the way down to there now by the station lamppost, and the trolleys in between that scene there, so I think it looks better there. I added a water crane by the signal there, some more platform trolley items, and also a furniture van grounded body there as well, which I think looks okay. So yeah, it's coming on. So there's that King Arthur class Adinadon, really old Hornby 1977 manufactured model, and it's running about as best as it possibly can with a little bit of TLC that I've given it since I got it. It's got the old Hornby X04 motor in this, as you can probably hear it, but for a 1977 model it's none too bad. It's a little bit hesitant over those points there. But she's a very, very old lady. Like I said, this thing was made in 77, so it don't run too badly. It doesn't look like a King Arthur class in some respects, but you can tell it's a King Arthur class at a glance. It's only a few discrepancies on there that most purists would argue that I quite like it. Yeah, I think she's definitely a lovely model. I'll leave it up to you to decide what you think. Okay, in honour, I think, of VE Day this week, we'll get something definitely British running on my railway. They gave up there today for our tomorrow. So grateful to the servicemen and women that gave their time and their lives for us during the Second World War. And I wouldn't be here today to run my model railway, and none of us would be here today to enjoy the things that we have if it wasn't for their sacrifice. So remembering the troops and the servicemen and women this VE Day week in the UK and also overseas for the different military units that were involved in the campaign and the liberation of Western Europe during World War II. But here we go. It is my little bit of Blighty running around my railway. It's in Stratford, Class 47, because the Stratford 47s had the silver roofs and the Union Jack painted on the side, which was actually in commemoration of her late Queen Elizabeth's 1977 Golden Jubilee in 1977. But this was a Stratford thing, and this is a Stratford diesel, Class 47. And I think the Lima 47s are definitely better than the Hornby ones. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's it from me today and the video. I do hope you've enjoyed everything so far that you've seen today, and I shall be back soon with another video. Hope you enjoyed the trains, and on this VE Day week, I'd like to wish everybody a very safe and blessed week ahead, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the good old like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in another video, and take care now. Goodbye.